fourth video in my series of videos that I'm posting on my YouTube channel of the 2023 All-State, All-Region Clarinet Etudes. So we concluded the third video by taking a cursory glance at some of the highlights, some of the headlines that I want you to incorporate in your playing right away from the get-go. And I thought I would start today with playing from the beginning down to measure 24, vastly under tempo, okay? And with the metronome, concerning the metronome, I think that, anywhere from 85 to 90% of the time we should be practicing with the metronome on. But you should also be recording yourself maybe playing without the metronome to see if you're doing this. It could be, I don't want you to become so dependent on the metronome that you can't function without the metronome. So, but recording yourself would be wise. I think you could self-diagnose and self-correct some things that you might not otherwise hear when you're in the heat of battle playing. So, metronome under tempo. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and move this down, all the way down to quarter note equals 45, which is very slow. Well, let's try 50. And you may want to go slower than this. If you want to practice with eighth notes, that would be fine. But this is quarter note equals 50. And always, 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 you're counting yourself off, no matter what. So in my mind, before I start, I'm going to give myself a full measure. 1, 2, ready, and. And then the next downbeat is a mezzo piano. So make sure that you finish plenty strong there at measure 24, and then set up a subito or suddenly mezzo piano. Okay, we're going to talk about 25 and onward the next time, or maybe we'll get to it later in this video. I don't know. I'm kind of just rolling with it here and walking through this in somewhat of a conversational style, as I would with any student that was in my studio here with me. So let's talk through a couple of things in no particular order. There's a breath mark between measure 23 and 24. So, in my book, and I don't know how the judges that are going to be there on game day would treat this, but if there's a breath on the part, I don't think you're going to be penalized for taking a breath. Unless the errata says otherwise. And I'll go back and review the errata, which can be found at TMEA.org. If you still haven't looked at it, it's time to look. And oh, sorry, we have to take a doggy break here. Hold on. Hold on. All right, come here, you crazy wild thing. All right, come here. Come here. Come here, wild thing. Oh, come on. Come on. The Nina, the wild thing, the wonder dog, wants to say hello. She's been distracting me every moment of this video because she wants to play tug of war, and she's looking down at her rope now. Say hello to everybody, Nina. Okay, say hello. Okay, hello is over. Now leave me alone. Okay. Where were we? Yeah, she's still sitting here with the rope. Well, I'm still going to keep going here. I'm ignoring you. So, talking about the breath marks. If there's a breath mark on the page, I think it's okay to take it. However, when you're playing this thing up to tempo, you really shouldn't have to take a breath between measures 22 and 23. There's a breath mark there between the high E and the F. I think you should play right through that. This is 23 to 24. That's a B there, third note. But I think you should crescendo to that E. I think you should crescendo there. Okay? I think take a big enough breath. Now for right now, for practice purposes, if you want to leave that B, then leave that B. Nina, leave that B. I'm not at all distracted today. So continue, plan on a crescendo there. Okay? When you have these passages in thirds, for example, in measure 11, the errata says to add a crescendo at the end of that measure. So here's measure 11 and 12. And listen for the crescendo on my third and fourth beats here. Okay, a healthy crescendo there. The errata doesn't say anything, to my knowledge, of measure 20, but I think we should do the same thing there. So here's measure 19 and 20, stopping on the downbeat of 21. I think that's one way to set yourself out apart from the pack. Play that downbeat of measure 20, the F sharp, strong, okay? Mezzo forte plus, maybe even forte. And then a subito mezzo piano crescendo to a strong downbeat in measure 21. Listen to this again. I would encourage you to do that. That would be one of those little things that you can do to help yourself stand apart from the pack. Okay? Anything else? The errata talks about slur to, tongue to in measure 8, just like in measure 2. Here's measure 2. And measure 8. So the key here is not the playing the loud at the end of the measure. It's playing soft at the beginning of the measure. Okay? So don't be distracted by playing, loud, that we don't get that mezzo piano plus a little bit. So we give a nice crescendo there. Okay, I hope you noticed the strong accents and the full sound or tone in measures 5, 6, 9, for example, on those low G's. A lot of people are going to make this mistake, and I might be repeating myself a little bit here for another video. But I think it's really important that you bring this out. Don't play louder just because you're higher. I'm going to say it again. Don't play louder just because you're higher. So in other words, a number of students will fall into this trap. Don't decrescendo unless you want to. But I wouldn't do that here. Me, personally, I think nice, steady Eddie color there, strong, dynamic, with a little point to the accented quarter note, strong on the low G's. So this is what it should be. plenty of other places where we can display our wonderful soft dynamics and sensitive playing and all of that. This is not one of those. This is not one of those places. Okay, let's talk about measure 14 in these turns. 14 and measure 16. When I work with students, this is the first thing they bring up, these turns. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to play it for you very slowly, and then we'll talk about it. This is measure 14. So, bum. Bum, ready, and go, and. Again. So the whole key here is playing that turn from A to B using your trill side key, which is your top side key, okay? Do not use your long B. There's just not enough time there. And the other reason we don't want to use that long B there is because the tonality of this long B does not match the A and the other notes in the turn. So do not use your long B. In measures 14 and measures 16, it's going to be A over here. So I'm getting in the video here, making sure you can see it. And this is where your fingers close is absolutely critical. So let's just do this turn. So the notes are A, B, A, G sharp, A, C. Again. And when we're approaching that downbeat of the C sharp, I'm going to play this is the eighth notes leading into the downbeat of 14. And I'm going to stop in the downbeat. And when you stop in that downbeat, this is important. So please listen to this. When you stop in that downbeat, the C sharp, your finger should be ready. Okay? So it should be. I would encourage you to practice just that. 5 notes ending with on the C sharp with your finger up here on that A. Again. And then in the next part, that wasn't so good. I think I can do that better. That's what we're looking for. So practice that in very small stages. Make sure you're getting the right notes. Make sure you're comfortable with make sure you're comfortable with that. Then approach it from a couple of beats before, okay? I'm again guilty of going overtime in my series of what I'm trying to keep as somewhat short videos. So we're going to wrap this one up today. Please, you have my email address listed at the end of this. Please reach out if you have any questions, if there's anything I can do to help you. I have a series of handouts and attachments. If you would like those to help with some of these topics and other numerous topics, email me. Let me know. If you want to post comments on my video page here, that's fine. You don't need to. But again, I'm here to help. So let me know what I can do to help. Record yourself. Keep practicing consistently. It must be now, folks. We cannot wait. We cannot wait. Start today. If you haven't already started, start today. Keep working, and good things will follow. Practice smart.